My friends, and welcome back. I told you that I would be back with another recipe. This is a different, same pot, but I am going to make homemade pumpkin coffee creamer. If you want to leave it without sugar, you can. So it only takes about 15 minutes, but welcome to fall. Here comes all the pumpkin recipes. So I need one and a half cups of heavy cream. You can use half and half. You can use whole milk. I'm going to use heavy cream. So let me get that measured out. Did I just, oh, there it is. Duh. Okay. Bring on the pumpkins. Okay, so 1.5 cups. Heavy cream. Like I said, you can use milk. You can use half and half if you like. So 1.5 cups of heavy cream is going in. Then we're going to use 2 tablespoons of pumpkin puree. You don't want to use pumpkin pie. You want to use 100% real pumpkin. So I'm gonna go in with 1, and then need 1 more to make 2 tablespoons. Give this a little whisk. Start whisking it in. You know what? I'm going to increase it by another tablespoon because why not? It's fall. I love pumpkin. Okay. And then we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. But if you want this sweetened, I suggest you go a little bit heavier on the maple syrup because this has no sugar in it. Okay, so you can add 2 tablespoons. It took me a hot minute to get the maple syrup open. I had to get my roommate to get the lid off of pure maple syrup. But maybe some of my Canadian friends might not think it's pure because they get the good stuff there. You can use 2 tablespoons of pure maple syrup. I am going to use 1/4. Because there's no sugar in here. So we'll use that as the sweetener. You can adjust the taste as we go along. So let me turn this back up. Sorry about my arm. And then we're going to use 1/2 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice. Okay, so we're going to be using 1/2 teaspoon pumpkin pie spice. There's the pumpkin pie spice. You can use 1 or 2 sticks of cinnamon if you want. You can use regular cinnamon if you want. I'm going to use 1 stick. I'm going to just sit this over here because I couldn't find my lid. Because I have, I think, 1 stick left. In. I'm going to lower that. My fast burner gets really hot. So we just went in with our cinnamon stick. So we whisked it together. And now I brought it to a boil, whisking occasionally. So basically what you're going to do is use a small saucepan and over medium heat, whisk together the heavy cream, the pumpkin, the maple syrup, pumpkin pie spice. Don't forget to add your cinnamon stick. And then heat to medium high, bring to a boil. As you saw, mine already came to a boil. Whisking occasionally for 1 minute, and then remove from the heat and let creamer cool in the pan for 5 minutes. So I'm curious to taste for the sweetness. And I am starting my fall off with things for coffee, because I like my good cup of coffee in the morning. Look how creamy that is. So let me see if I can get a tablespoon and taste it without burning my mouth out. And let me taste the sweetness on this. It has the little flecks in there. I think that was a pretty good call on my part, because of the factor this would have been unsweetened. You know, you would have had to add sugar. I don't add sugar to my coffee. So it would initially have been 2 tablespoons of the pure maple syrup, and I did 1/4 a cup. So let me try it again. I think it's sweet, but sometimes if you want it sweeter, you can add just a little bit more. Oh my goodness, that's really good, my friends. So good. So you just wanted to whisk it for a bit, let it stew with the cinnamon stick in there. And then what you're going to end up doing, let me put the lid on this. It has a slight little boil to it, but it's not like boiling. It wanted it to come to a boil, and I did, so I'm just letting it thicken very quickly. I don't really have to let it cool too much because I'm using a mason jar to store it in. So let me put the lid on the maple syrup. So remember to put that back. But it's delicious. Okay, we're going to turn this off. That is like perfect for me. I'm just stirring it for a few. So basically you're just going to store this in your refrigerator. This will last up to like a week. Don't mind the squeaky toy of the dog. This will last for a week, but just remember when you put it in your mason jar to shake it really well before using it. So yeah, that's the only thing that's different. You can leave out the maple syrup, but that's like the sweetener of it. You can add the small amount of maple syrup, which again was 2 tablespoons. I did 1/4 a cup. So I have a funny looking mason jar that my friend gave me, and I'm going to try to put it in there without making a mess. I'm going to dump this in here that I had the heavy cream in. Get out every last drop. Cinnamon stick is still in there. Let me get the jar that I want to use. I am going to go with this size jar. I think that should be able to hold. This is, you can use this for the freezer too, this type. So, it's like I think it's a 12-ounce jar. Yep, 12 ounces. So, let me give it a quick little whisk in here. I will leave the ingredients down below. And like I said, use your own discretion when it comes to the maple syrup. And that's it. We're going to pour it in. I'm going to leave the cinnamon stick unless it comes out of the, oh, maybe not. Maybe I'll grab it if I can. Because when I go to make more, I'm going to use the same cinnamon stick. And there you go. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. It is an absolute must try. Doesn't that look good? So it was very super easy to make pumpkin coffee creamer, just like that. So I thought I had a lid. Let me see. I don't think that's not the right lid. I guess I don't think it's the right lid. Oh, it is the right lid. And there you go. It's in there. You need to just give it a shake when you bring it out of the fridge before you put it in your coffee. So I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Like, share, subscribe, and I will see you on the next one. What do you think I'm going to make next? Happy fall, everyone.